Art's amazing, it's easy, it's affordable, anyone can do it. It can really help to, get those muscles turning in your brain. So we have Jan Stupak, we have Dr. Dean Nimmer here, and we're going to talk to you today a little bit about your art, how you do it, and how it's so easily accessible for everybody out there. So we have two examples of your painting, one that's very abstract and one that's less abstract. Take us through it a little bit. Tell us about yourself.
So I'm here reinforcing what Dean says, that everyone can make art. The only thing wrong is to not make art.
Exactly.
That's the only wrong thing you can do is not make it. And I just come in with a different approach.
Okay. Take us through it.
I'm normally a realist painter, and so, but when I've met Dean and worked with him, then I have done some abstract things. But so just to talk about this one, which is, I guess, realistic, right?
Yeah, in a way.
And I work from photos that I take. So we have two barns, images, photos of two barns, and so I wanted to do paintings of these. And when I looked at my, when I looked at my plan, I thought, well, I could do it straight up and then it'd be kind of boring. And so I thought, well, I'm going to put those two photos together.
Like this.
Exactly. And people look at it and they say, oh, well, that's a reflection. Well, hello, it's not.
And the best part is it can be whatever you want it to be.
Exactly
You
right.
could have made it a reflection, but you chose not to.
And I just pumped up the colors a little bit, changed the colors, and that was my approach.
So the part then that's easily transferable to everybody who's watching at home right now, it goes to show, because everyone's got the camera phones these days. Everybody can take pictures, and it's such a huge medium, but oftentimes people don't know how to get them on their walls. So this is a great way to do it. A little bit of a collage meets art. So how are we going to do this project?
So my next piece that I'm going to start working on is for the hardware show, Highland Hardware in Holyoke, coming up in the fall, and I want to do something with these images that I printed up. And so I thought you, Seth, could put them down in some sort of a composition.
And this is one of those things you can't make mistakes doing, right?
That's right.
Because the only mistake in art is
Seth. Oh, sorry.
the actual only mistake in art. Well, then there's no wrong. There's no wrong choices.
I'm right here to help with this.
Thank you.
That's
what
right.
Dean's trying to
do
say,
anything wrong.
you can't do anything wrong in art. So now, what are you going to do from here? Once these things have been placed down, what's the next step for you as an artist?
So the next step then would be to transfer this composition into lines and shapes. And then I'll take the lines and the shapes, and then I will paint, and we will have a painting.
Amazing. So something like this, how does the idea come to you to do something like this?
I'm looking for something interesting, and I think so many of these photos are interesting on their own. But I like the brick. I like buildings. Like I said, I do a lot of representational things, and it's just somehow making it interesting.
And art like this, collage work, because everyone, my wife and I talk about it all the time. We have hundreds and hundreds of great, meaningful pictures on our phone, but then they just sit on our little screen and there's nothing to do. So by easily printing them out and just applying a little creative touch, you can take the photos from being great memories to amazing pieces that can be in your house.
Right.
And it's affordable, too.
And you can do drawings and you can do paintings, and not just, the photos. It's all about the next step after that.
Now, Dean, we're just about out of time, but there's going to be, we were referring to it earlier, an art show in a hardware store coming up in September.
Yeah, this is something that I don't think has been done. At least I know it hasn't been done in Holyoke.
I think we're making history.
And it's a show that will be art in and among the nuts and bolts and the fertilizer at
Found art in a hardware store.
Highland Hardware. Also, just wanted to mention that Jan is a longtime friend, also an artist who's in my book. And because I'm not that bright, as you know, she helped a great deal in editing my book.
Well, the two of you are great artists, and I think what we get out of it too is that it's easy. It's something that can be done. So thank you for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it.
It's all about having fun,
right?
Doing it.
And if you can't do that, then what's the point?
That's right.
Next on the show, we're going to tell you where you can see